Okay, Eagles, so today it's going to be a dinosaur and donut class. So here is this donut that I made. We're going to make some sprinkled donuts. And here's this chubby little stegosaurus I made. And we're going to do a lot of mixing. And we're going to do a lot of mixing clays and doing that. So this is going to be a lot more work. But anyway, what you need right now is all the clays that you want. I recommend getting a brown one and some white clay for a donut. So that's the first thing we're gonna make. And then you're gonna need the tools of a chopstick or a pencil. You need something kind of more like a pointed end at the part. And a card. I have like just an old card, and you're gonna use this to cut things. So you can use a card, you can use like a butter knife, or just something with like a thin, thick edge, so then it'd be easier to just cut some clay. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we are going to make a donut. So I have some white clay. I do not need a lot. I'm not gonna make a big donut. You can make a big donut, but it's up to you. I'm gonna keep this much. So you need this amount of clay of white, and when you have your brown one, you only need a small sliver of it because brown is a stronger color than white. So you need it about like a third of the size. See how the difference is this white one and this brown one? What you're gonna do is you're gonna mix it. You can do the other thing that I was doing a few days ago with the ice cream, where you can just, get white and like add a brown liquor in, but that's going to take a lot more work. So it's up to you what you want to do. Because I kind of want, see this light reddish clay look? This is going to be a donut. I actually do like this color a lot. And if you feel like it's too dark or it's too light, you can always add a little bit more brown and a little bit more white. Don't put a lot at the same time, because what's going to happen is it's going to be a harder thing to determine. All right, so here's my color of my donut. So we're going to do the same thing we always do. We're going to roll it into a ball. So remember, you put your hand right here, and you put it right here, and it's going to roll into a ball. How you want it. And that's how it's going to look. And next, you're going to roll it. You're not going to roll a lot. Before, we always roll it till it's really skinny, but we're not going to roll it till it's super skinny. We're going to just roll it. And I want you to roll it by wrapping your thumb around it. And if you can fully wrap your thumb, you're most likely done. So I think you should just keep on rolling it till you pause. So you can wrap it around. See, mine wraps around with my fingers, my thumb, and I just like to pinch it together. If you want to make it bigger, you can, but I would recommend wrapping it around the thumb. So to make it bigger, you can always just turn it, and it's going to make your donut bigger. But that's the size I want. This is my donut. And it's okay. If you see this line, it's okay, because we're going to put frosting all over it. So the next thing I want to do is I want a bright pink frosting. So I'm going to take some pieces here, and we're going to do is, mound it around. And what you're going to do is you're going to flatten it. You're just going to flatten it, and then you're going to just push it around, flatten against the surface. And what that does is that you can take this and you could wrap it around. And once you feel like it's not enough, you can always just stretch it a little bit. You can always just stretch a donut. See? If you want to add a little bit more, that's okay. See? There's your pink frosting on your donut. Ooh, I love pink frosting donuts. Actually, my favorite donut is the cream-filled one. What's your favorite donut? All right, I want to add some sprinkles. I'm going to put 2 colors in my sprinkles. So I want yellow. I want a yellow sprinkle, and I want some blue sprinkles. So we're not gonna take a lot. I'm gonna take like a small piece of it, and this is when you have to make it skinny. So you're just gonna roll it. You can do the hand thing that I talked to you about, or you can just start doing this one hand, and to get long enough. Because I'm not gonna use all of the clay. You don't need a lot of clay to make your sprinkles. And then I'm gonna get my yellow one. Remember to make sure you put your model clay back into a container that you can seal it in a Ziploc bag or just in the containers that was given to you. I'm gonna roll it. I only want to roll it. All right, and now, see how this has two really long skinny strings? You're gonna take your card or your knife or just a thick piece of paper, and you're gonna cut little slivers on it. And you make sure you cut it all off. So it's like this. And what I want you to do is take your finger and you're gonna roll it. So it becomes like a little tube. So you're gonna cut, I'm gonna cut one. And then cut it, and then you roll it with your finger. Or you can always put it between your fingers, and roll it. That is also an option. You can pick it up like this, and take it in between your fingers and roll it like this. That also works too. I'm going to do 5 sprinkles. So I have one right here, 4, and 5. You can have as many sprinkles as you want. I'm gonna do 10 sprinkles in all. And then what's left over, put it back in. And go back to my blue. Take this blue, cut it again. 1, 2. This is how they make bread in the bakery. They roll them up and they cut them up like this. So when you get older, you can have an idea if you want to work in a bakery or not. Bakeries are fun. I love bakeries. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and my 5th one. There. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna just put your sprinkles on your donut. So I do like this. I want to do it every other color out there. Oh, and if it falls, it's fine. I think you could do is you could take the sprinkles and you just push it down a little bit. So you don't have to push it down all the way. If you want to push it, it's okay. All right, and here is your donut. You can obviously add more sprinkles if you want to. And then you just set that to dry. So you have a donut, but someone needs to eat the donut, and we need to make a dinosaur. So here's what's gonna happen. You need green, or you can do any color you want. You can do green. So what's gonna happen is you notice that these are 2 different shades. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to take some of this green, or you can take this green, and I'm going to mix it. I want a lighter green. So what's going to happen is I'm going to take that yellow, and like how we did with our donut earlier, now we need to have a bigger piece of green, and we want to smaller piece of yellow, because we're going to lighten it up. So I would say like about half of that. But if you want, you can also use white. You don't have to use yellow. I'm just using yellow because I wanted to have an opportunity to use my new yellow model magic. Because the yellow makes it into a lighter green. If you don't want to use the yellow and you want to use white to make yours lighter, you can do that too. And you always just move around. See more. Because what you want to do is, before we use the marble look, but now we just want to have like a lighter look. So you don't need to use that much green. You can just use green, and you can use a lot of yellow. The lighter yellow you want, you do it here. Let's throw in some white in here, so then you can see how either one will just make it into a lighter green color. So roughly you see it, this is the original green and this is a lighter green. So you don't have to start with a big piece of green, you can start with a little piece of green. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna just rip off some pieces. You're gonna just rip up, maybe roughly around here. You wanna save this aside for the legs. So you're gonna leave this right here on the side. What you're gonna do is you're gonna do mixing him up all together. I'm gonna roll up him like a ball. So roll up the little dinosaur. I'm gonna call my dinosaur Danny. Danny the dinosaur. And now, right here, you see you have a green ball. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna use your pinchers. You're gonna use your whole hand, and you're just gonna start pushing to the side, and you're gonna rotate him, because what's gonna happen, and you're gonna pull a little bit, because what you're gonna do is that's how you make his little chunky tail. So I like to have him like this, kind of like a little up tail, so then his tail won't be on the ground. And you can have him have a pointy tail, or you can have him have a stubby short tail. What's next is you can make it into balls, or you can, here I use little squares. I'm gonna do balls this time. I'm just gonna make 4 balls on the same size. So you can do this. You know this side's a little bit bigger than this one, so I'm gonna do a little bit of that. All around. All around. You can do triangles, you can do squares. You can do however you want his feet to be. So here he is. I'm gonna put him against this right here. He's gonna have little round feet. That's what he's gonna have. What you wanna do is after you put the 4 balls next to him, you can put it right here, however you want. I want you to push him down a little bit. Make sure you don't push him all the way, don't push him too hard, because you want him to stand. See, look at that, he's standing, Danny's standing. Next, you're going to take your more green. What I'm going to do is I already have a dark green. If you don't have a dark green, you can always take your leftover green and put a little bit of black, and you can do it to the shade you want. So just do like a big piece of this one, and then you can like start adding black slowly into it. Here. Let me just do that. You can either have this gray, or I'm gonna show you how to do this one. You don't have to follow this part, so you can skip forward till it, so you only need roughly this amount of green. You don't need that much green. Get some black. Get some black in him. So then I have this, and I have my black. You only need this much black. So I'm gonna mix up the black in so he can get darker green. See, you can see a lot of black happening. So you don't need that much black. You can also use brown. You just need to have a different shade of color. Look at that. It's really dark compared to the one he has back here. But yeah, so it's like so you don't need that much black, to be honest. And here's what's gonna happen. You're going to roll this again. You can make it into a ball first. Let's make it into a ball. Let's make it into a ball. And then you're going to roll him. You're not gonna have a big one. You will only need enough for 4 or 5 spikes. So kind of like this. You're gonna cut it up. 2. And then as you see here, it's already kind of like a triangle. So you're just gonna do this. Take a pinch. You're just gonna pinch it around. So pinch it. Pinch it. Then you're gonna put it on here, one on the top. And if you want to secure it, you can take your chopstick or a toothpick. Just gonna press it down on the side so he's stable. This one I'm going to turn this into a triangle. You can flatten it a little bit too. So I like to pinch it to make it flatter. Do that. Oh, it seems like I misinterpreted, and he only needs 3. That's okay. I will just save this aside. You can make this into a ball or something for him. Here, look. He now has a ball. And now we need to do his face. So you need your black, and you need your tool, which is like either a toothpick or a pen or a pencil or a chopstick. And you're just going to put 2 little holes in his head. See? And take your black one. You're gonna make 2 little balls. I'm gonna roll it up. Look at that. I'm gonna push it into the eye. Oh, he seems like he doesn't need that big of eyes. Roll it. I'm not being perfect on it, but you can make them all the same size. I'm just gonna give him these. And then take this last piece and you're gonna roll it. And you're gonna make his mouth. You're gonna roll it. It's gonna be really skinny and small. You don't have to go as small as you want. His mouth seems a little big, so I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna cut a little bit more. I'm going to pinch that off. And there you go. Here's a little dinosaur. Alright, thank you for watching on our last video of Model Magic. Although that's the Model Magic is free for you to make whatever you want. Remember, please send it to Miss Rebecca. And have a good day, Eagles. Bye.